Hello and welcome back to Greg's Game Room. Now, if you're a gamer, you know that one of a gamer's biggest enemies is dust. You know, a lot of game systems have like little crevices and cracks, and it's very difficult to keep your game systems clean these days. So I started to look for a solution to this a few months ago, and I found a cool website called printerboy.net. And I saw that they had some really neat dust covers that made it look just like the existing game system, so you can cover it up and yet still be able to see what game system that is. And so I ordered 6 of these dust covers. I actually ordered them back in November, and I only just got them about a week ago. So I want to say that the person who makes these does them on an order by order basis, because I think this is an Etsy store. Anyway, here's what I got. See a package here. I didn't realize that this person was in Mexico, and that's probably the reason for the delay, that plus the having to manufacture them by hand. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up now. All I've done is open this little corner here just so I can peek in there and see. Haven't seen these yet, so I'm actually going to open them right now here. First one that we have is the Atari 5200 cover. Next we have the Atari Jaguar cover. This would be the Sega Genesis cover. You can see where it says 16-bit right there. And we've got the Atari 7800 Pro System cover. Then we got the NES cover, the original Nintendo cover. And then we got the Super Nintendo cover. So let's go ahead and open these up. Ooh, that sounds good. I like that. Oh, look at that. Nintendo Entertainment System. It's even got like the little pins on the front. That's pretty cool. It's pretty good quality. Let me flip it inside out so we can kind of see the stitching. That's nice. Looks good. And it's going to cover your NES and make it look just like a real NES. And the cool thing is it has these open spots here, so it allows you to just keep it covered at all times. And you can just keep your plugs plugged in all the time. Yep, there we go. It looks nice. Now let's do Sega Genesis. I love that sound it makes when you open these up. It's the classic Sega Genesis. Printer Boy. There's his logo right there on the back. Printer Boy. This one's got to be a challenging one to do because, you know, the Genesis is kind of at an angle. It's not like a square box. So this, you know, this is going to make it look a little bit different. Sega Genesis. Now we got the Jaguar. Again, it's one of those things where, you know, the Jag is kind of an angled system. It's kind of rounded. You know, around this corner right here is where it would be round. Well, it's kind of hard to do on a cover like this, which is kind of easier to do square. Oh yeah, I like this. Looks good, looks good. Back here where it's all open so you can keep your cables connected, that's good. Huh, interesting. I didn't know that the connector pins were orange. Next, what do we have? The 5200. This probably won't even fit in the frame. It's gonna be so big. This thing's gigantic. There you go, the 5200. Can't even see it, so big. Won't even fit in the frame. Good lord. I want to say this was the most expensive of all of them because of the amount of material that it took to make it. Oh good, it's even a 4-port, which is exactly like mine. I think I may have ordered it that way, I'm not sure. These are all customizable, so I think you can order them however you want in terms of the ports and the style and all that good stuff. Alright, last one. This would be the Atari 7800 Pro System. This one's slightly smaller than the 5200 one. You got your power, you got your pause, you got your select, you got your reset, you got your cartridge port there, and then you got your joystick port right there. There you go, 7800. All right, now it's time to put them on and see how they look. First, we'll start with the Sega Genesis one. Now, I'm just realizing something about this is that I won't be able to keep my cartridge plugged in. And I'm wondering if I shouldn't just maybe cut a hole in the dust cover itself so that I can let the cartridge be plugged in at all times. Leave me a comment down below and let me know if I should do that or not. I'm kind of waffling. Now here's the Sega Genesis with the Printer Boy dust cover, and yeah, it looks pretty good. But you know, like I say, it's gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be more squared off. It's supposed to look kind of like the system, not exactly, of course, but I think if I just cut like a slit right out of here, I could put the cartridge back in and just leave it plugged in all the time. Of course, that might also lead to heat problems. I mean, I don't know what the heat dissipation is for the Genesis. Was it these vents over here? I don't know. who knows. All right, next we'll do the original Nintendo, and as you can see, I already have a dust cover for it, but it's just kind of this generic Nintendo cover that I've had for years and years and years. And it's also great because, yeah, as you can see, it's cut out right here, so I can plug it in all the time. So let's go ahead and put the Printer Boy cover on there, see how it looks. Looks pretty spiffy, although again, it's one of those things that you can't really keep it covered when you're actually playing it. But I mean, it does allow you to keep it plugged in all the time. So I got the power and the video output still on the side here. Maybe future iterations of these dust covers should have the controller ports cut out here so you can, you know, keep it plugged in all the time. You know, the power port's not that big of a deal because you can just push it from back. Oh, that's cool. You can even see it light up behind there. These I would probably cut those out. Yeah, we don't need that. I gotta say, this one looks really good. Perfect in terms of making it look like it's, you know, just like the real Super Nintendo. I mean, it's mostly because, you know, the Super Nintendo itself is kind of a big, kind of a blocky square, so it's no wonder that the dust cover is going to look perfect on this thing. Now onto the Jaguar. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult because, yeah, I've got the CD attachment on here, and this dust cover doesn't have the CD attachment part to it, so I guess I'm just going to have to take that off of there. If I were to cut the cartridge port out, I could probably put the CD attachment over top of it, just like any other cartridge. All right, here it is with the Jaguar dust cover on here. You know, I don't think this one quite looks as good as some of the other ones like the Super Nintendo. In fact, I think it's more of the fault of the system itself because it's, you know, it's kind of a rounded shaped system here. Stitching around is a little bit more challenging. So now I don't know what I'm going to do with the Jaguar CD. Maybe I'll just set it down there like that. I'll have to think about how I'm going to do that. All right, now it's time to do the big mamma jamma, the Atari 5200. There we go. See, now this dust cover looks amazing. It looks so good right there on the 5200. It looks just like the system. You know, I could even be fooled. I might even think that I could still plug that in at any time. And last but not least, the venerable Atari 7800 with my Kodakar 2 here. See, this is like one of the first flash cards that I ever got, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. I got a review on it on my channel if you want to watch it. Here we go, 7800. Dust cover. Let's do it. Can you even tell the difference before and after with the 7800 one? I mean, that looks really good. Looks fantastic. In fact, they all look pretty good. There's the Genesis one, the Nintendo one, the Super Nintendo one. Wait a second. Get down there. You're making me look bad. And the Jaguar one. And then here's the 5200 one right here. And then, of course, right down here is the 7800 one, which is cool. The only one I wasn't able to get one for is the Atari XAGS, which maybe in the future, Printer Boy, that would be good. I would definitely get one, that's for sure. Alright, so what are my thoughts about these dust covers? Are they any good? Do I like them? I think they're really fantastic, actually. I really like the quality of them is very nice. I love that they look exactly like the system, and I love that they also include you know, the cutouts for the power cables and the video cables. What I don't like is that they don't have the cutouts for the cartridge port or for the ports on the front so that you can keep your controllers plugged in. But other than that, I mean, they're really good. They're fantastic. They look so much like the real system. They feel good. They got a good quality to them. So now you may be wondering, how much do these cost? Well, the Super Nintendo one was the cheapest one. That came in at $12. The Genesis one was 13 bucks. The Jaguar was also 13. The Atari 7800 was 14. The NES was 15. And of course, the Atari 5200 was $20. And I'm sure that's mostly because of the size of it and the amount of material that it takes to make something like that. So there you go, the Printer Boy dust covers. I really like them. I think they're super nice. If you're looking for a solution to keep your systems protected from dust and also still show them off, then you might want to consider getting some of these dust covers. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and always remember to keep classic gaming alive.